to join us. Why she's wasting time? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wa sallallahu ala nabi al-Kareem Muhammadin wa alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. As we were mentioning before or yesterday, that another classification of hadith is basically to two types. Number one is ahad or khabar wahid, and number two is mutawatir. And then ahad or khabar wahid is classified furthermore to three types. One is called gharib or fard. Second one is called aziz. And the third one is called mashhur. And then gharib is classified to two types. One is called al-fard al-mutlaq. And the second one is called al-fard al-nasabi. This is one classification. Some ulama, they have done it in this way. And another classification or division of hadith is that from the very beginning they have classified it to three types. Number one is khabar wahid. Number two is mashhur. And number three is mutawatir. And then khabar wahid again, in the same way, that is classified furthermore to fard and to aziz. Got it? And then fard, that is classified to fard mutlaq and fard nasabi. Got it? So we will start with the definition of khabar mutawatir. Khabar mutawatir is, in Arabic we define it like this: ma rawahu adadun kathirun tuhilu al-'adatu tawatu'ahum 'ala al-kadhib. The hadith is narrated, we should write it, a hadith which is narrated by such a big number of narrators that aql and intellect cannot imagine that they have agreed upon some lie. Number is that big. You know what I'm saying? Because for lie you can convince one or two guys, but you cannot convince the whole community. Yes? And this number is meant in every step of hadith. Write it. This number is meant in every step of narration chain. Now, to explain the definition, the definition which we have given you, to explain it. So this definition is giving us four conditions of hadith mutawatir. You should write it. How many? Later on you will make this. Now you should write what I am saying. That this definition is giving us four conditions of hadith mutawatir. Number one, the number of the narrators is a big number. A big number. Then how big? So the ulama, they have different point of views in number. You should write it. The ulama have different point of view in number. But Imam Sayuti said, Imam Sayuti in his book Tadrib al-Rawi, that number is 10 people. How much? 10 people. Condition number two, this big number must be in every stage of the narration chain. For example, if a hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is narrated by one or two Sahaba, yes, and later on it is narrated by tens of people, yes, in different generations, we cannot call it a hadith mutawatir. We cannot call it hadith mutawatir. Even though tabi'een in number, they were 20 or 30 who have taken this hadith from one or two Sahaba. But the first step or stage of the narration chain is not a mutawatir number. So that's why academically or technically we cannot give it the status of mutawatir. Number 3. That intellect cannot imagine they can agree upon something like which means this is right here, and then which means they are from different schools of thought and from different areas. Got it? If for example they are from this one masjid, 10 or 15 people, so you can think, oh, they are friends of each other. Yes, they can agree upon. You know what I'm saying? But if one guy is here from Los Angeles, another one has narrated their hadith, but he belongs to New York. A third one is from San Francisco. A fourth one is from Mecca. A fifth one is from Cairo. A sixth one is from Islamabad. A seventh one is from Kunduz. An eighth one is from Philippines. A ninth one is from Delhi. So how we can say that they can agree upon something like? Got it? That's what it means. Now you got it? And number 4. They narrate with such a word which denotes their own observation. Which denotes their own observation. For example, everyone said, Ra'aytu Rasulullah, or everyone said, Haddathana Fulan. Haddathana Fulan. That Mr. So and so, he has given us this hadith. He says, he doesn't say, An Fulan, from Mr. So and so. Because from Mr. So and so, it does not denote that he has taken it from it. You know what I'm saying? But he says, Haddathana Fulan, or Akhbarana Fulan, or Kuntu Inda Fulan. One says, Kuntu Inda Fulan is Qala. I was in Mr. So and so, Shaykh, when he said this. You know what I'm saying? The other one says, Sami'tu Fulanan Yaqulu, that I heard that Fulan Shaykh when he was saying this. And the other one, he said, Akhbarani Fulanun, that such and such Shaykh, he has given me this hadith through a narration process which is called Akhbarana. Later on we will talk about that. So it means that the word they use for narration, it denotes their own observation. It denotes, without ambiguity, their own observation. Now you got it? So if a hadith, write it down. Note, if a hadith is proven, mutawatir, so it provides a certain knowledge. Without any doubt and confusion. When hadith is mutawatir, so nobody should have any reservation about the subject mentioned in that hadith. And hadith mutawatir is of two types. Number one, al-mutawatir al-lafzi. Al-mutawatir al-lafzi means the very words of hadith or the very text of hadith is narrated by such a big number. Got it? Like the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in which he said, Man kazaba alayya mutaammidan falyatabawwa maqadahu min an-nar. Whosoever attributed a lie to me and he said something that Prophet ﷺ said so and so. Whosoever attributed something which is not true to me, so he is making his place and abode in the hellfire. He is making his abode where? In the hellfire. So this hadith is narrated by more than 70 Sahaba. And from such a big number of Sahaba, Ridwanullahi alayhim ajma'in, in every generation, a big number of their students, they have taken it. So this hadith is called what? Mutawatir lafzi. Mutawatir al-lafzi. And another one is mutawatir ma'navi. Mutawatir al-ma'navi. Which means the sense is mutawatir. What? The sense of subject. Is mutawatir. Like raising hands when making dua. You should write it. Like raising hands when making dua. So on different occasions, this practice is narrated from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in more than 100 hadith. In more than 100 hadith, that when Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was making dua, he raised his hand. Got it? Or we can call it mutawatir amali also. We should write it. Al-mutawatir al-amali. Which means this amal and practice that is narrated by a big number of narrators. like masa on khuffain. Masa on khuffain. Socks. That's something else. That's what type of sock, as we mentioned before in fiqh class. We gave you all the details. So now, this masa al khuffain, this practice is narrated by more than 80 Sahaba. By more than 80 Sahaba. Are like raising hands when making intention for prayer. Should write it. Like the practice of raising hands when making intention for prayer, which is called takbir iftitah or takbir tahrima. Allahu Akbar. Look. Allahu Akbar. So this practice is narrated by hundreds of Sahaba. So this is called mutawatir manavi or mutawatir amali. This type of hadith, this mutawatir type of hadith are not in a big number. Should write it. And some ulama, they have written specific books in mutawatir hadith. Like Imam Sayyuti rahmatullahi alayh, he has written a book, Al-Azhar, Al-Mutanafira, Fil Akhbar, Al-Mutawatira. This is his book, Al-Azhar Al-Mutanafira, Fil Akhbar Al-Mutawatira. The meaning of this title of book is that the spreaded flowers regarding or concerning mutawatir hadith. Ulama, when they are giving a title to a book, so they select it. That is just like what? Spreaded flowers. Fil akhbar al mutawatira. And the same Imam Sayyuti, he has written another book, which is actually the summary of this book. And that is called Qatful Azhar or Kitabul Azhar. So Qatful Azhar means cutting the flowers from the plants or trees. Got it? Or Kitabul Azhar means the bouquet. What? Yes, the bouquet of flowers. So hadith is flower. Yes. And Qatf is also picking the flowers. And Imam Muhammad ibn Ja'far al-Qattani, write it. Muhammad ibn Ja'far al-Qattani, he has written a book. Its name is Nazmul Mutanafir min al-Hadith al-Mutawatir. Nazm means discipline or organizing, putting in order. So Nazmul Mutanafir, organizing or organizer of spreaded from mutawatir hadith. Note, this type of hadith can abrogate another mutawatir hadith or a mashhoor one or khabar wahid. It is proven that this is the latest. That hadith is the latest one. So the previous, they both contradict. So the previous hadith, even though if that is a mutawatir, that could be abrogated by this latest one. Got it? Have you got it? Yes. We should not miss it. Yes. Later on we'll be distributing money. Then this is completed. Yes, fine said. Khabarul Ahad, the second topic. Khabarul Ahad. So this is actually Khabarul Ahadi. Khabaru, this is mudaf, and al-ahadi, mudafun ilayh. Khabar is mudaf. As we were talking about mudaf and mudafun ilayh are murakkab idafi now in our Arabic class. So mudaf, construct, and mudafun ilayh, genitive. They attributed one and they attributed two. Got it? So this murakkab idafi, a compound. Little meaning of Khabarul Ahad means, little meaning, the news of singles. Khabarul Ahad means the news of, yes, singles, Bilal. This little meaning. Or a news given by singles. Got it? But as we mentioned, that here we are not talking about words literally, but words technically, because these are terms and terminology. So it is defined. This is right there. That khabar wahid or khabarul ahad is defined a hadith which does not have the status of mutawatir. Now look, when we say does not have the status of mutawatir. So at least Imam Suyuti, he mentioned that at least it should be narrated by 10 people. So if that is less than 10, that could be considered what? Khabar wahid. Got it? Even though if they are 5 or 6 or 7. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we said that we are not talking in ilm hadith regarding words literally. We are talking regarding words technically. Then, Khabar Wahid is of 3 types as we mentioned before. Number 1, Al-Mashhoor. You have it here in that 3. Number 2, Al-Aziz. And number 3, Al-Gharib or Al-Fard. Al-Gharib or Al-Fard. You wrote it? Leave that. Now this one. Yes. That is later on. Literally, should write it. Literally, mashhoor means, first we start with the first one. Mashhoor means when you made something open. or proclaimed it or announced it. So when someone makes an announcement here on the podium, so automatically it has become mashhur. If somebody has some concern about that announcement, so he will call here, ask Qazi Sahab or Fahim or Bilal or anybody you were here in masjid, some announcement I heard, what was that? You know what I'm saying? So you announced it, you proclaimed it, you made it open. That's why that is called mashhur. Got it? Yes, and for mashhur literally we use the word famous. What? Famous. But again, we are talking about terms. We are not talking about words. So mashhur hadith is defined a hadith which is narrated by three or more in every stage. By three or more in every stage. Or in every generation. The example is Imam Bukhari, Imam Muslim, Imam Tirmidhi, Imam Ibn Majah and Imam Ahmad. You should write. Bukhari, Muslim, Tirmidhi, Ibn Majah and Imam Ahmad. All of them, they have narrated a hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The words are going like this. إن الله لا يقبض العلم من العلماء انتزاعا ينتزعه ولكن يقبض بقبض العلماء. اتخذ الناس رؤوسا جهالا فسئلوا وأفتوا فضلوا وأضلوا كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. The hadith means Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he was talking about the signs of Qiyamah, the symbols of Qiyamah. So one sign or symbol, he said that ilm and knowledge of deen would be withdrawn. Withdrawn by whom? By Allah. Allah will withdraw the knowledge of what? Deen, Quran and Sunnah. So when we use such like words, so it means that somebody who was alim yesterday, so today Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he will take out the chip from his chest or from his brain, and you will be asking him how I can make wudu, and he will say, I don't know, because chip is gone. That is not the case. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam further elaborated that withdrawal by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not taking out the knowledge of a alim from his brain. But, وَلَكِنْ يَقْبَضُوا بِقَبْضِ الْعُلَمَاءِ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will cause death to the scholars of Quran and Sunnah. So write it. They will be passing away. The scholars of Quran and Sunnah, because everybody has to die. So same is the case with a alim. Maybe a small alim or a big one. Yes. Got it? So Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, when alim is gone, his ilm is gone as well. When alim is gone, so will his ilm. So his ilm is gone. وَلَكِنْ يَقْبَضُوا بِقَبْضِ الْعُلَمَاءِ. So what will be the after effect? Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, اتَّخَذَ النَّاسُ رُؤُوسًا جُهَّالًا. People will be having ignorant type of religious leaders, so-called scholars. We call them what? So-called scholars. That he studied on internet. He studied where from? From internet. So internet type of scholars, اتَّخَذَ النَّاسُ رُؤُوسًا جُهَّالًا فَسُئِلُوا. They would be asked about deen. وَأَفْتَوْا. And they will be giving fatwa and answers. فَضَلُّوا وَأَضَلُّوا. They themselves have gone far away from the straight path will be taking others far. They themselves have gone far away from the straight path, so they will be taking others far from the straight path. So this hadith is narrated in every generation by 3 or more people. This is right, that this is a type of hadith mashhur, which is narrated in every stage and step by 3 or more people. The muhaddithin, they are using another word for such a type of a hadith, and that is mustafid. Like this. Sometimes they give the title of mustafid to a hadith, that this hadith is mustafid. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have this one here in the genealogical tree of a hadith. Is there? No. But they use it. Sometimes Tirmidhi says or any other alim that this hadith is mustafid. They don't say that this is khabar wahid, or this is mashhur, or this is mutawatir, or this is gharib, or this is aziz. But they say this is mustafid. So some of them, they do mean by this mustafid is mashhur. That this is synonym to mashhur. Got it? Another type of mashhur is mashhur lughawi. Mashhur lughawi, in the meaning of famous. Not as a term as we are using the word mashhur. And it has 6 kinds. We will talk about that inshallah on Monday. Then Bilal will not be here. Look, you are what?